I wanted to do a live. Let me see if I can get my camera to focus on me. The other time the camera wasn't. All right. I want the camera to focus on me. Hi, how are you? I wanted to see if we could do a live today of you guys kind of hanging out with me. I want to work on a couple little projects, and I thought it would be fun to kind of just be working. I'm going to see if anybody's here. And if no one's here, I'm okay with it. You could come and hang out with me later. I am working on a little quilt. It's a minky quilt. And then let me move this so that you guys, I could move you around. So how are you? Happy New Year. I know I probably didn't. Anyway, I've done a live stream already. Excuse me if I'm moving you. Just trying to set you up. I want to do like easy peasy work today. Sorry, I'm moving my tripod so I can move you. Hello, how are you? How you been? I wonder if I'm live anyway. Hopefully, if you hear me, please say that you can hear me. And then don't turn off on me. So we're gonna start working today. I want to work on a couple small projects. Usually in the beginning of the year, that's what I work on. Hello, beautiful people on the internet. Hi, how are you? I'm glad you're here. You're always here. I love you. Let me see. Hey, June, how are you? I wanted to work on a minky. So let me move you here. You hear me good? Thank you, Jesus. Okay. I want to work on a minky quilt. Let me see. I'm getting the thread. I'm changing the thread right now. It's a real light quilt. Also, too, I want to talk about a couple things that I am so excited about. I'm so excited. You guys can hear me well, right? Hello, you can hear me. Thank you for joining me on my live. I'm trying to put a thread in the eye of the needle. Come on, Lorena. You could do this. All right, so here I am. I had to change the thread, so that's what I was doing right now. I wanted you guys to come hang with me because I have some like sweet blessings that we're going to do. I'm going to do a live. I may do the live. Okay, let's see. So we have the block swap coming up. Block swap. Okay, we're doing the block swap. It's hot. It's hot right now. I guess I'm moving now, so I'm hot. It's like 40 degrees here in Texas. And for us, it's like we're in Alaska all of a sudden. Hey, y'all are so sweet for the thumbs up, for subscribing. I really do appreciate you just kind of like being here with me. I'm trying to grow my little channel. I think I'm a little channel. There's some people that have big channels, but I'm a little channel. I'm a little baby channel. I wanted to show you like some of the things I've quilted. And then let's see, I want to show you something that I'm getting ready for the live stream. And so usually on the live stream when I did one last year, I found one of my old clients' quilts and I got to quilt her quilts and I gave them all away. I think I only have one of those quilts that I have. And then, well, let me show you what I found. And I'm not going to share where I found it. Okay, let's see. Wait, let's see. You're here from Nebraska. Yeah, no, yeah, we're crybabies. I mean, literally, just because we hit below 30 and it kind of snowed here. My husband didn't work. The schools were shut down. We don't know how to live in cold weather. But hey, right? We all have. I kind of used to hate living here because when I lived in El Paso, it would snow it would snow every winter, and you would have like a change of seasons, and it was a cold fall, snowy winter, and then you had a hot summer and a pretty nice spring. But here, like, we hardly have winter other than maybe for like a month, like below freezing. So thank you for supporting me. Thank you for Betty's here. June is here. Carissa's here. Like, I love you for being here. Thank you for being here. So I'm going to move you here because I want to show you some things. I want to show you something I found, and I'm getting ready for the live stream. Hold on, let me move this cord so it's not getting in the way. All right. I have like umbilical cords everywhere. I know there's a way where you could do this without having any cameras anywhere, but let's see. I've been looking for, hold on, let me show you what I finished just yesterday. I have a friend, let me put you here. A friend of mine, I had a bin with a whole bunch of old blocks, like old blocks. Let me see if you can see it. Now I need to move you down, huh? I need to move you down a little bit. I had a whole bunch of old blocks, and a friend, I gave her the whole bin. I said, you know what, since you like piecing as much as you do, I'll go ahead and just give you the blocks. And so I made all of these, and it was just folded up, not used, and she turned it into a little quilt. And these are little quilts that we're going to donate, I believe, to Dallas. But it's kind of neat, like work that I did probably like 20 years ago, and she turns them into quilts. Hi, how are you, CJ? And so that's one of them. And then I know I showed you like the repeating the cross block. I ended up making a whole bunch of extra ones. And she's such a sweet friend. She turned them around, and I only had 4 blocks. And she turned it into such a little quilt, like a little, it's maybe a 50 by 50. It's a real small quilt. But she gets my old blocks and she turns them into like little quilts for me. And I have like a whole bundle of them, and she makes the tops, she gives them back to me, and I go ahead and long arm them. So it's kind of neat, kind of working together. And then let me show you. I went to the store, and maybe you guys can hang with me with this. I went to the store and I got me these from Dollar Tree. And you know how I was telling you I want to organize my projects? So let me show you how I'm going to organize them. I'm going to move you to this camera, and I'm going to move, no, this camera, and I'm going to move you so you can see what I'm doing. We ignore that space. We ignore that, because what I really want to show you, hold on, is this. I went ahead and I got those little containers, and they're only $1. Hold on, let me see if I can move you where you can see them. They're only $1. Can you see me? They're only $1. Maybe $1.25, because Dollar Tree's not $1 anymore. And I put all like my projects in here. So here's the back fabric for this quilt. Here's my wolf. And like this one, here's just, I need to buy back fabric for it, or decide what I want to use for back fabric. This one, I don't think I showed you guys this one. I went to A&M University in San Antonio. Hold on. Maybe I can move you guys somewhere else. And I made this applique. And I thought I showed it in the last video. I did this for the university. I did a survey for the university because my degree is in psychology and my minor is psychology and criminology, and my major, my bachelor's, I got it in sociology. And so we had to do a survey and try to get people to do a survey. So one of the things at the time, this was the logo that the university I went to had, and I asked them permissions if they could let me use their logo, their color. I mean, it was a whole process. And so the way I could get people to participate in the survey, there's this there's this psychology terminology called foot in the door, that if you offer people something, like offer them something, that you're more likely have the ability to get into the door, meaning get to share what you want to talk to them about. Kirby's real good about this. Kirby sold me a vacuum that I would have never paid $1,800 for, a stupid vacuum. And the way they got the foot in the door with me is they gave me a big old container of Tide detergent. And honestly, guess what? I bought the Kirby. They got their foot in my door. and they got a foot in my wallet. And so I'm using these bins this way. So this is fabric that I'm going to use to add to this, and also back fabric. And like this one, I showed you guys this project. I put some of the colors that I'm going to have to add on to this to make it a bigger quilt. And then like this one, I need a number. This one, this is my butterfly quilt that I showed you guys. I already bought the back fabric for it. Isn't that beautiful? It's like a watercolor fabric. So that's how I'm using this for my challenge. This is going to be my challenge bin, and I'm going to put it kind of like right here in the corner, so I have to look at it and stare at it and I can't forget it. And then let me move you here. My friend who makes all those little quilts made me a whole bunch of quilts, and so I got the bins and I organized the quilts by color, and that's what I made those for. I also have like projects down there. I'm going to organize those better, but yesterday that's what I spent doing. So let me put you here. So today we're going to get one of those bins, and you're going to hang with me while we have a chat. I'm sorry moving you, but when you're doing a live stream, that's how it goes. Hold on, let me get the bin. Let's see. I'm going to get my bin. I wanted to work on purple quilts or a blue quilt. Just depends on my mood. And I'm using Minky for this quilt. And I have a whole bunch of scrap batting. So let me move you here. All right, can you guys see me good? Says you can. Hello. Let's see. Yeah, the weather, right? Praise the Lord. So I was going to work on, what do you think about this one? So I got these bins and I just organized the quilts. Maybe this one. I did this on a TikTok reel. It was called Round Robin. Have you ever guys done a round robin? I don't recommend it. Well, no, it was okay. It was a lot though. It was a lot of annoyances. I ended up doing a round robin with a TikTok group, and what happened is, the reason it's annoying. It's you're supposed to get one of the. So how did it work? The round robin. You got like 6 fat quarters, and the person who designed it annoyingly designed it to be 10 by 10 inches, which is annoying because it's really hard to buy or find 10.5-inch block patterns. You kind of have to modify some of them. Anyway, it's a pain. And I don't understand why the girl didn't do 12.5, because that's more common. So this is the TikTok quilt. So you get 6 fat quarters, put it in a bag, and put a booklet in there, and you send it to your buddy. So you send your fabric to your person. They make a block out of it. So someone made this block out of it. I don't know if you can see it. The sunlight's hitting my buddy made, a buddy of mine made, wait, oops. I'm trying to figure out the camera. Someone made this one, right? I sent it to a lady, she did this one, and then she sent that pile with this one done to another person. And so another person did this one. And then when she was done, she sent it to another buddy. So there's 12 people you send all the blocks to. Try to make sure my camera's on there. Yeah, right there. And so this is one of my buddies did this, or one of my ladies did this one. Yeah. And you could get like, some people like are real intricate. They really do like intricate blocks. And then you get some people that just do very basic blocks, which you get what you get, right? The group. There was also 2 more blocks or 3 more blocks, maybe 4 more blocks in this. And maybe I'll do this one. Yeah, I may do this one. And the problem with that is some people like there was one lady who had 11 people's. Isn't that beautiful? This is beautiful. They had 11 people's blocks or packages, and they got, I don't know if something happened. Well, my thing is I think that person should have just sent it so that the round robin could have continued. So what ended up with me is like I did mine, sent it in right away, like a week that I did it. I would do it in a week and send them off. And then I wouldn't get anything for like 4 months, and all of a sudden I would get 10 of them or 4 of them. Works in progress? Yes. Well, I just got them. I literally just got these. They were see-through. They were easy. They're not too bulky. And then I was thinking like on my laser, I was going to do a tray down here if I need to. So that, but yeah. Let's do this one. You guys want to do this one? What are we going to do? Do y'all want to do this one? Okay, I'm going to show you another one. And I'm okay. Like, I don't care if this is purple minky. This is another one that I did years ago. Or we could do this one. She has a lot of beautiful grays and reds. Or, I'm going to let y'all pick. This is one a friend made. Or we do this one. What y'all think? While we do this live stream, y'all get to pick which one we do. The red one, the blue, this purple one. I think I have another purple one. Hold on, I have another purple one. Another purple one. Because originally I was just going to use, do the purple ones. Or this one. Is this the same purple? This may not fit. What do y'all think? Yeah, round robins are a lot. Well, if you have a good group where everybody does their stuff, it can work out. Which ones do y'all like, guys? Purple, blue, or red one? Will this even fit? Yeah, this will fit too. Kind of like the purple, no? Do you like the purple one? Kind of like the, even though it's red and it doesn't match. Is this long enough? It's long enough. All right, y'all aren't talking to me, so I'm going to talk to myself. I like that one. Y'all like that one? I like the red one. Purple one. Everybody says purple. All right, this purple, this one, right? This really pretty purple one. This one, right? I love this one. Okay, we'll do this one. I guess you get off the thing. Well, I have a pink one for this. I have some pink minky. All right. We'll do you later. What's neat with these little containers, because I just recently got them, I was able to kind of to sort by color. So if I get like a purple background, I had a bin that had purple quilts in it. If I do teal background, I have a bin that like has blues, like these blues. Hello, how are you? And then you for another day. We'll do pink with this one. Okay, so we have 2 purple, and I think we could do 2. Let me put the bins back, organize myself, and then let me get batting. I'm gonna switch you so guys can see the long arm. Yeah. Here's some batting. The great thing about what I've been doing, you know how we did all the live streaming? I ended up going through so much batting, especially my scrap batting, which I'm so thankful for. Like this is scrap batting. This I may have to trim. I went through most, like I think this is, I believe I only have maybe 1 bin of this scrap batting. Before I had bins and bins of scrap batting. Now I only have 1. Okay, so this will go this way. And I'll show you how I use the scrap batting. These are donated quilts, so I just kind of line up the scrap batting down here and get any thread or stuff that's on it from another quilt. Then gonna lay me down my quilty quilt. And do you see? Let me. Hopefully you're seeing me. You. That's the right view. Yeah. Nope. Okay. You see that I'm not dealing with the other scrap batting yet. I'm only dealing with like this top part. And then all this minky that I have here, it's all scrap minky. I haven't, I just sewed it together. And so in a minute you'll see it like it's this, then this. But minky is so expensive and I love minky. There is no way that I'm throwing it away. Come on, little machines. All right. All right. And in a minute, I'm going to have you guys pick a pattern. How's that? That's very interactive. Isn't that crazy? I can like involve you in the process. Let me get this. I can involve you. Now, when you pull minky, I have a rule, not too tight, not too loose, but a little bit bouncy. A lot of times when you're doing quilting with minky, if you pull too tight, it springs back in, and that's a problem. So here, let me roll the, and then if you roll it too tight, you can stretch it too tight, and that's also a problem. So here it is. I'm gonna move this over. Then I'm gonna move you here. I think you guys wanna see me, right? All right, there's that. So the way you work the long arm, I was gonna do a live stream on TikTok. Pull up the bobbin. And I left myself probably like an inch on the end of batting. No. Okay, my zipper's falling off, but it's okay. Let me move you in so you can see what I'm doing. There's this one. Then I move you here so you can see here. Hello from Canada. Oh my God, that's beautiful. Yes, that one. Right. Okay, good. So here you can see, do I know I have thread? Okay, my thread is out. Now, because you're doing minky, believe it or not, you don't even have to worry about if the thread matches. Of course, you want to match the thread, but with minky, you're not going to see the thread. So I'm going to just do beige. These are my leftover bobbins. In a minute, I may probably change it to a good color. Minky has fiber, and you don't necessarily really get to see the thread. When you're sewing with minky. And then this is bowed out. I don't know if you see it, it's kind of bowed. Oops. Let me show you. See how it's kind of bowing in? So what I'm going to do is tug. Not a lot of tugging, just a little bit. You see it's even better there. You tug it straight. And then my zipper over here is unzipping. Sorry. All right, and I'm going to get a pin. See how it's better? Let me show you how it's better. And it's just a slight little simple tug. Now I'm having my zippers are opening over here. So I'm going to move it. I'm going to ignore that zipper issue. Because I'm on the live stream and I don't want, oh, there it goes. Okay, hold on. I can't ignore the zipper issue. Hold on, okay, guys? Oh, man. Ah, gotta love it. Gotta love it. All right, let me unroll it real quick. What happened is the zipper popped out. Let's see. Do you see the zipper? It started popping out right here. So what means is I have to re-zip it. I don't know what it is with this leader. Is it this one? Yeah. Hopefully you guys can see the stupidity of my life here. Okay, now it shouldn't do it. I didn't pull it in. I was like, maybe I could just roll it and keep on going. Nope, didn't happen. And that's the reality of long arming. Lately this year, I was telling somebody, I feel like I'm clumsy throughout my days. Like I'm kind of clumsy. Okay. So let me move you here so you can see again. Sorry I passed you by. Move you here. Now I have this batting, right? So I'm going to add another strip of batting. Let me show you how uncomplicated my life is, or how I try to uncomplicate everything. When you're using batting, it doesn't matter. I'm overlaying it a little bit where it's overlaying on here. Let me move you here. And do you see how it's puckering? It's puckering because I need to pull this. Do you see how it's saying that minky stretches? So when you release it, it puckered in. And I'm just going to reclamp it, not too tight, but tight enough. And then here's my batting. And then here's another scrap of batting. Now I could use this whole scrap of batting. It doesn't matter. I honestly don't care. Like, this works. Just this layering, even though you'll have a little bit of loft, but because it's minky, you won't even notice it, because minky has a bit of a loftiness in it. So you won't even notice that there's layered. I do this for my clients. Sometimes I bless them with free batting and I ask them if it's okay for me to use scrap batting, and they say that it's fine. And they don't even know that when you move the minky, or the what was I saying? The batting. When you move the batting, you don't even know. Right there, I'm locking the batting down. Come on, Lorena, you know how to do your job. Try to create a straight line, girl. There you are. And so I'm going to share with you, like, it's that simple. I know some people ask me questions about Frankensteining my batting, and you can use lightweight interfacing if you wanted to. You can use lightweight interfacing. All right, let's pick a design. And let me loosen this a little bit. Then roll it. So I'm going to show it to you in the front. So you could see that it does have a little bit of fullerness, like barely, right? There is a way where you can not have that problem, where you end up just lining it up line by line. But I've noticed that when you do that, you could have issues with, let me see, where it splits away. So I'm going to move you here, and I'm going to ask you, what design do y'all want? Can y'all see my computer? All right, let me pick some designs. I was thinking, there's this one. I love this one. Gabriel. Let me get a different design. I'm just picking some designs, and then, ooh, I love that one. Okay. You get to pick from 3. Let me get everything lined up. Like, this is real time. I'm going to set up the computer. So this computerized system, you have to get like grid points or points for the computer to know exactly where it's going to long arm. And so if I'm going to go here and I hit OK, 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 then I get my measuring tool. OK, and hopefully I got it. It has a square. Then I put down, it's 52. So I'm going to turn you around. So we're going to turn around. Oh, hold on. Yeah, you're floating around. I'm sorry. I'm going to turn you around. So this is the grid point. It gave me a grid. Then here, I'm going to put 52. Honestly, 51. That's 52. It doesn't matter. What? So then, I don't know if you can go in. Can I get you to go in? Hold on. Let's scan you in. Can we? Do you see that design? Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it smaller. I don't want to spend a lot of time here. I want to get it done. So 2 repeats, probably 3 rows or 2 rows, but let's see how it does it. So it'd probably need to be 3 rows. Can you see that? I love this one because it's like a little bird. It has like this really pretty filigree, and then we're going to minus 0.5. And what I did is I shrunk in the size. So that's that one. And once I have that, I can do that to all these other different designs. Hold on. So there's the flower. Ooh. Do y'all like the flower? That's kind of neat looking. Okay, hold on. Kind of like that. But this one I would have to change, right? Nope. I would have to add repeats. See how crazy? That's pretty. What do you think? Do you like the flower one? That's a lot. Let's see. Let's see if I can lower the amount. And then make this smaller. Can you even see what I'm doing? Yes, right? You can see it. I'm sharing my world with you. What do you think? You like this one? This one's called Gabriel. That's beautiful. Or do you like, this one's called Gala. Hold on, let me get Gala. Gala has like little birds. Ah, hold on. 2, 3. See, it has like a bird right there. Do you see that bird? It's right here is the bird and the tail, and it's in the filigree bushes. So let me see what you guys say as I move you. Hold on. All right. Does polyester batting hold up on the quilting over time, or is it cheaper than cotton? Someone asked me. Okay, you guys like Gala? Okay, we'll go Gala. I'm gonna use this comment. This is your question, right? Does polyester batting hold up in quilts over time? Is just cheaper than cotton. Polyester batting, the good thing about it, Quilts of Valor use polyester batting, and the reason they use it is because it doesn't, if it's wet in the environment, it doesn't get moldy as quickly as cotton. So polyester batting is a lot loftier on a quilt. So there's goods and bads, right? I have a client who loves polyester batting and she uses it all the time. I don't like it that much because it beats the hell out of my needles. Like, it destroys my needles. But it doesn't matter. I love cotton because cotton kind of like, you have a cotton back, a cotton batting, a cotton top. You should also expect your long arm quilter to give you a cotton thread, not a polyester thread, because they tend, what I found in finding antique quilts, that cotton on cotton on cotton, almost like they fuse together and they live. It's a longer lasting quilt. They could live like a century. I found a quilt that was hand stitched in cotton, and of course it was cotton, and that cotton thread was just beautiful on that quilt. So polyester batting, I've noticed that after a period of time, and also cotton does this too, like if you don't have enough quilting in the area, the cotton kind of separates itself from it being whole. It tears open, it has holes, and so you have cotton voids if it's not quilted well. As a matter of fact, a client's bringing me a quilt that the mother that did the quilt never, she just stitched some quilting on the border and on some of the sashing, and so the fabric tore and the cotton was frayed open. But I honestly think that if it's going to be a throw around quilt, it doesn't matter. Use polyester. As a matter of fact, this quilt that I'm doing right now is going to be a throw around quilt. Like this is a throw around quilt. And also too, let me say this. What is it? Marshall's Dry Goods. If you want to get some batting from Marshall's Dry Goods, that's the batting that I'm using. Ignore my stupid dogs. You can get like a big giant roll for really cheap. As a matter of fact, this, I got a whole bulk of this. It was 15 yards, 108, and it's called Marshall's Dry Goods. You have to get it online. It's not the best. It's great fabric. It's not that expensive. I paid $80 for 15 yards, and it was a 108, and I only paid $80. So it came out to, and this is a couple years ago, so I don't know now, but it's still cheaper. It's like $5 a yard by 108. So I use, because these are donated, I use theirs, but Marshall's Dry Goods also has cheaper batting that you could get like a big giant roll for maybe like $100, and you'll get probably either it's half Hobbs, 80% cotton, 20% polyester. And so, yeah, but I would go Marshall's Dry Goods online. It's only an online shop. And this batting, because I bought 2 rolls for them, this batting is the batting that I bought from them. And it's not horrible. It's a little bit of a thinner. Yeah, it's a bit thinner. It's not, but it's not too thin. Like, it's not like Warm and Natural. You know how Warm and Natural is really expensive, and If you want a warm and natural kind of feel, kind of batting, I recommend, and it's a whole lot cheaper than warm and natural. Hold on. I'm going to move you here, okay? Let me move you so I don't give you my back. You can get, I could give you a whole tutorial on batting because I'm such a batting connoisseur. Stupid. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm a batting connoisseur. Hold on, let me see. Let's do a. So, then let me get some scraps, okay? I know you're still here. Hold on. I'm going to start the machine. Let me just start. So we're not here forever. All right, start quilting. All right, and I need to move her. I need to move the design down. Nope. In. All right, let's see. Pull the thread. You gonna start, Mom? All right, there we go. So I've tried all types of batting, wool batting. Hold on. Hopefully you're seeing the machine go. Ooh, I almost lost all y'all. That was stupid. All right, let me turn you around. This is the camera that I got you on. Yeah, I'm gonna get you samples of different battings. Okay. No. Here we go. Hopefully I can connect her. All right, I'm trying to set you up so you guys could see me. And I could answer your questions while the long arm is working. My life is a mess. Okay, hold on. I look kind of yellow here. Oh no, don't see my camera. For some reason I look a little orange here, okay? I apologize. I was trying to finish quilt, look at the different camera quality. Maybe it's better now. Okay. I don't know. I almost dropped this camera, so I almost dropped you. Okay. If you want a warm and natural, so this is warm and natural. This is really expensive. I think this thing is like $60, $70. I love warm and natural because it lasts a long time. I love warm and natural. It's the quilt gets heavier, it gets thicker. It's a more heavier batting. You cannot see through it. Matter of fact, I think, and I don't have a swap of Warm and Natural. So like this is that cheap, you could kind of see a little bit through it. This is the Marshall's Dry Good batting. Making sure my Marshall's Dry Good. I use this a lot for cheaper quilts or quilts that I'm going to give away and donate. It's great batting. It's good batting, but it's real thin. It's a little bit of a lighter weight batting. Now, the one that I love that is like a Warm and Natural, but it's not as expensive. I love this stuff. Pelon, 100% cotton. I love this stuff. I really love it. It's cheaper. You could get it. It goes on sale, 50% off. The 120 by 120, if you buy 120 by 120, it's point like 0.0015 per square inch. It's so cheap. But this does cost a good like $35, $40. I think I spent $35 for 120 by 120, and I use coupons from Joann. So use your coupons. What I love about it, here's some of it. It's thicker. It has a feel of Warm and Natural. It feels like a Warm and Natural batting. Beautiful batting. It feels like a Warm and Natural. It even has some of the texture of Warm and Natural. It is 100% cotton, like this one. It is cotton. I can even open this. This is mine. Look how beautiful. Warm and Natural is just, do you see the texturing? This has some of the same texturing. This is, but look, nope. It's not as thick, but it's more like dense per square inch. Like this is a thick, dense weaving. I don't know. Now I'm getting into a soapbox about batting. I love this batting. I use this on my own personal quilts. As a matter of fact, that wolf quilt, I may put the Warm and Natural underneath and put poly on top. Okay, so I've tried bamboo. It quilts beautifully. A client of mine uses it, but it's so expensive. And to be honest, compared to this, which is that Pelon, to that bamboo, they kind of feel the same. The only thing is bamboo's kind of loftier. It has a loftier feel. But I love this. If you're going to try Pelon, favorite. And I get the big giant box. Now, a friend of mine loves this. I don't like this batting that much. Well, I do. It doesn't matter. It's great. Okay. This is a scrap of it. It looks like a thin sheet. It's real thin. It's really thin. But it's great batting. But I also think like if you do a lot of quilts that you just want to give to family and you don't know if they're going to take care of it and you don't want to invest a lot of money, this batting is just as, it's great. It works. You know what I mean? And I think like from what is it called? Marshall's Dry Goods, you get a big giant roll and you get a lot of batting for very little money. But if you want to spend more, but don't want to spend so much, so like this is polyester batting. It's plastic. One of the things that is concerning is, and this is one of the things a friend said that's really concerning with this kind of batting, if there's, and this is my generation, not necessarily yours. In my generation, we were smokers. And the issue is with this, if it ignites on fire, this is such a quick burn that it'll burn quickly. if let's say, but this is my generation, we used to smoke cigarettes, and this ignites very fast in comparison to cotton, believe it or not. And the issue with cotton is cotton, if it burns, it doesn't glue to the human skin. This is plastic and it'll glue to the human skin, and it really will burn a human being. That's one of the things that I think can be concerning with poly. But we don't smoke like we used to. Hello, how are you? We don't smoke like we used to. We don't. So, and I have a client who loves this. I love these when it's quilted. The loftiness, man, is beautiful. It just lofts up beautiful. I love using this for custom quilting where you want that trapunto effect. So I'll use maybe a regular batting and this on top, and then I'll quilt it. And because it lofts so beautifully, you don't have to trapunto anymore. Because when you quilt the area down, this loftiness will pop everything forward and it gives that 3 dimension. So yeah, but I guess it's preference. And if all you can afford is polyester, use it. If that's what you can afford, and if you're like giving these to family and friends, they're not going to care. They're going to love the quilt no matter what. So the longevity you are asking me on this, let me see if I could get it to, I did something wrong. The longevity, I think it, as long as it has quilting around it, and the hand size of quilting, meaning it's no larger than 3 to 5 inches, and there's quilting, the batting should live as long as natural, warm and natural. The only thing that hinders um, batting from not like staying put is not quilting enough. And so that's something that you have to think about. So this, I have a client who all her quilts are in this. Now I don't like it because I have to change my needles after 2 or 3 of her quilts. But she loves it and she thinks it's beautiful. So let me show you how the quilt is going along. And then let me put my batting away because I pulled all this batting. I grabbed all this batting so you guys could see it. Now I have a mess. Let me put my batting away. So yeah, it's just preference ultimately, okay? And honestly, I was in a quilt thing the other day, and they had rules for everything. It's not that deep. Um, it's just preference. I know a long armor who will not touch your quilt if you're doing polyester. And I think the reason she's like that is because she doesn't know how to work with the tension, but she also doesn't change thread types either. So it's just, if the long armor knows what they're doing, or if you who are sewing it, it'll be fine. I think, and some quilts will outlive you. I love cotton on cotton on cotton, but like I think this, I was just showing you that sample of fabric from Marshall's Dry Good. I'm sure it's 80/20. I didn't know the different. I heard from a friend the reason she hates using polyester is it ignites quickly. Like once this polyester starts burning, that it'll like a mobile home. But which, okay, this is weird, right? Okay, there's a place which to do quilts of valor quilts, they want polyester because if you're sending it to soldiers over there, like when I was a kid, the war on Iraq, they were asking for quilts that had specifically polyester. And the reason they said polyester is this is less likely to, it doesn't get moldy. It will get moldy after a period of time, but it's harder for it to get mold than a natural fiber like cotton. So those are things that someone brought up to me, and I'm just sharing. This does burn. As a matter of fact, a lady told me the other day that the only reason she wears 100% cotton shirts is because if you're wearing, and I'm a polyester wearer, okay, like I wear polyester shirts. They cotton, you have to iron, you have to pull out of the dryer right away. Ugh, polyester, you could just get it out of the dryer even after an hour of being in there and it's still nice and smooth. And so I'm a polyester shirt wearer. They say it's real bad for you now. They say everything you eat and smell and breathe is real bad for you now. You can't even live on this earth now because everything it's gonna kill you. Someone is saying sunscreen is even bad for you. Like, oh, like man, TikTok's horrible. It makes me afraid of living. No, not really. But so she says that she only wears 100% cotton shirts because if something ignites on fire on her, that cotton doesn't stick to the human body, I guess. I don't know. I would think if it's on fire. But she also wears an oxygen mask, and that's, that could be a fire hazard, I guess. So keep in mind. But I'm not a scientist. I don't know. I'm just giving you what I've been told. I've been told, not that I know anything. I don't, I'm not that smart. I wasn't a scientist in school. All right, let's move you to the quilt. We're going to roll it and then let's see. I'm going to show you what it looks like. Ugh, but hopefully I don't drop it. The stupid camera like I did earlier. Jesus have it all. All right, let's see. And in a minute, I almost dropped my whole system. I'm going to move you here so you can see me. I'm going to unclamp everything. And I want you to see how this moves. Okay, so there's my bird. Do you see how it draws in a little bit? I'm going to bring my dogs in. I'm sorry. And I'll kick them out if they're in pain. Don't start, okay, little one? So, and I'm going to show you this beautiful quilting. Y'all said you wanted to see the birds. Is that the one? Okay. I don't know what camera I have on. Let me move you so you can see the quilting. See, why were we talking about batting? See how beautiful that quilting is? And seams. You end up having real thick seams when you're using let's see, I'm gonna put my batting away. I have a whole buttload of batting. And get your batting when it's on sale. Seriously. I get my batting when it's on sale at Joann's. And I know Joann's is going to close. So when they're going to have a big giant special, go for it then. One year, and I thought this was such a blessing, Joann's had a 70% off deal on batting. And I went crazy. And my husband was like, "What's wrong with you? Buying so much batting?" And I came home, like my car full of batting. I think I even spent maybe $300 on batting, which is ridiculous, okay? It's not ridiculous if it's a business, right? Okay. So you can see that Lorena didn't... I was going to do a video of what long armers hate. And this is one of the things they hate. When your back fabric isn't in line right. No judging. I judge myself all the time. I think I'm ridiculous. Okay, so then I'm going to switch you here. Oh my days. So you can see me working on this side. Okay. Then I can move this camera on this side. It's a whole dance here. camera does. Okay. Now, I need to add more batting. And I know it's like a sloppy mess that you're seeing here. Yes, it is. Okay, then I'm going to get batting. Let's see. All right, let's see. Can you see me? So I'm going to add this. You can, if you wanted to, cut this straight, or I have like little tiny scraps here. And you know, sometimes like it doesn't matter to me if there's like more dense, like it's a little bit thicker here, because no one's going to see it. One, two, a little bit more density. You know how like some people layer quilts and they have 2 layers? It just creates a little bit more loft. And that's all you're creating, just a little bit more loft. Now I'll show you something. You just saw it peel up on me. I use a lightweight interfacing and I'll iron it. See, like once the quilt is down, my dog is pacing. Go outside, come on. Oh, go out. Are you gonna go outside? Or are you gonna stay inside? My little dog, Blue, she likes being outside even though it's cold. So this is slight waviness. That means this has been stretched a bit. No, my days. So I'm going to get an iron and water. So here, sorry. What I think happened here. So I'm going to get my iron and water. And we're going to kind of like wet this because this border has stretched. And I'll show it to you in this angle. So this is what I see. So I'm going to wet it. And also too, the extra batting will take up some of that fullness. So that batting is to your benefit a little bit. And I'm really wetting the fabric and I'm leaning the fabric to the side. The reason I'm doing that is I'm trying to tell this fabric how I want it to move and where I want it to sit. And then I also have that on this side where this fabric, let me get this camera. Now I'll move you here. Can you see me? Okay. I also have it on this side where, and sometimes guys, it's not even, hey, stop it. Go outside. Go outside. It's not even that the person didn't put the border on. Some fabrics are just stretchier, and this is more like a weird linen. So I'm gonna, and then I'm gonna also starch this area, the bottom part, because you see that? Do you see that right there? That's stretched. And another proof that this border stretched is this. This has stretched. Do you see how it angles down? So let me iron. Now that I got my iron. Sorry, I'm gonna get in front of you. And this is me, I'm not sewing the edge down yet because I want to shrink or I want to get control of this border. Hopefully you can see me. I'm not in your way. Yeah. Okay, so that. Let me move you here. You can see how this fabric is just stretchy. All right, I'm gonna iron now. Ooh, don't want to drop stuff. I'm gonna iron now. Put that iron away. And then I'm going to get oh no. I'm gonna do so there's this. So I'm moving you here so you can see me. This batting, I need to move it over a little bit. So since I've ironed, you could see such a significant like flatness, right? So I'm gonna, there's a tiny little pleat and I'm gonna ignore that. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull, kind of like my hands are feed dogs. I'm gonna pull the fabric up a little bit so it takes up some of that stretch. I did that one. Then we're gonna move to you this camera here. So I'm gonna move there. You have some issues there where you have the mess of the batting. Where's my scissors? The mess of the batting, and you have the let me clean this up right here for you. Honestly, the edges being a mess is horrible. So here you have it. Can you see me? Can I see ya? Gonna move you here. And then you can see that this fabric is still a little bit kind of moving. So I'm gonna grab it. And my thumb wow, this is real shifty. And I'm gonna get an iron. And some of this stuff happens, not necessarily, it could just be like, I've been showing this probably, I've had this for quite a while, maybe a year. And sometimes like I'll pull it out, open it, look at it, go ahead and see if I want to quilt it. Put it back, unfold it again. Like some of that stretch could be, oh yeah, got the bobbin. It could be, and that's why I recommend, like if you make a quilt top, if you're gonna showcase it, lay it down on a bed. Do not stretch it at all because you can cause it to have, let me see, I'm making sure everything is lined up. Yeah, let's go. I know that's not what I wanted you to do. Cancel. You can see that it didn't line up right. Okay. What I'm doing right now is making sure it's aligned to the quilt. one edge to the edge to edge. That's why you see me moving it back and forth, and it keeps grabbing the thread. So it fills up the whole quilting space, because if you notice, it wanted to start, like, I'll move you here. It wanted to start here, and I want it to start on the edge of the quilt. Hold on, let's see. What time is it? 5:30. Let's see. Let's see if you guys have questions for me. So here you're seeing the long arm quilt. And if you see this fullness, let me show you here. I'm sorry if I'm moving you so much. You see this fullness? You can go and move it around so that the fullness is within the quilting space. Like there's fullness here. And I'll move my hands around it. But today, like, there's fullness right here. I don't know if you see that. Okay, there. You can see that. So as it comes up, I'm going to move the fullness into the design so that it doesn't make pleats. You don't want it to make pleats. And then I need to roll this up. Let's see. Let's turn you around so you guys could talk to me. Hold on. All right. Let's see your comments. Let's see if I can see any. Okay? Okay. Have you ever used a gravity feed iron? No. I don't even know what that is, but I'll research it. Have you? Do you love it? I'm a gadget person. I would love to. Yes, iron. Have a really good steam iron. I recommend it when you have problems long arming. Also too, like I'm going to show you something. Let me turn you around. And this could happen. Hold on. Do you see that? Maybe not. Do you see that? Now, there's two things that we could do there. One, if I put it, do you see that? So this is bowed. It's like a backwards frown. It's a frown, right? What you can do is you can grab it and make a pleat. When I roll this and we get to the end of the row, and then this feathering means that while the person was sewing it, this, you can see, I'll even bring you up, you can see it. I hope it's okay that I move you. I'm sorry. This feathering, and I used to do this, means that the person, when they were putting this border, that the border, they were stretching it while they were sewing it. Have you ever like grabbed the back fabric or the quilt top and your border, and then you're pulling your border real tight, and you're pulling it so that you make sure that it's nice and straight? That is, you could see, this is why the feathering. So when the person was putting this together, she was tugging the fabric or holding it real tight, so it fed through. But then now you see these weird kind of like rippling, and that's feathering from how you're putting the border on. It could. I used to do it because I have a heavy hand, and I would hold the fabric real tight when I was sewing. But the things that you could do when this happens, and it reveals itself more when you have multi layers. So here's, well, this is a border, and there's one border here, another border here, another border here, another border here, and another border here. And the issue with that is it starts, like you can see, because she's not measuring each border from top to bottom and getting the average and then feeding it through as she's quilting it, is causing the border to feather. And nothing is wrong with that. You could honestly see, like, these borders are pretty sound, meaning it's not angling here, it's not barely angling here, but you can see that it's starting to angle here, and then you see that it angled there, and now it's angled here. And that's how the border was being put on, and it's fine. Iron took off a lot of it. Look how beautiful this top is. You saw it earlier, and now it's nice and flat. When I roll this quilt, hopefully you'll see that I can kind of like iron this out and flatten it, because somehow when it was being put on, it was stretched. This is how you know it was a stretched border while it was being put on. And then the easiest fix, so that it's not seen, hold on, I'm gonna say, you can pleat it. You can take this up and just pleat it. And you'll see in a minute when I get to the next row, and then it looks nice and square. But after this row, I'll go ahead and do that and show you how to do it. And then what I do is I baste it. I could literally take it off the long arm, but I'm too lazy. What I could do is I could unrip it, re-stitch it across, because this is stretched out and it's longer than it should be. And so what I'm going to do, because I'm lazy in that sense, is just and take up probably like a 1/2 inch to make it nice and square, and I'll base it down. But we'll see how it goes when we get to the end. Let's see. I don't want you here. It's my seat. Let me see your questions. You could barely hear me. Again, hold on. Oh my God, sorry, I'm turning you. You could barely hear me. Let me see. Everybody said they could hear me really well. Okay, let me increase the volume. Can you hear me now? Someone says they could barely hear. You could probably barely hear me because the long arm's going now. And you're hearing the long arm working. My little girl, she's a pain. Okay, let me see. Okay, you could barely hear me, Jeanette, because the long arm's probably going. I'll go ahead and see if I can put this closer to my mouth. Is that better? Can you hear? You want to see Blue? She's like a troublemaker lately. You've been in trouble. No, I don't want kisses. No. I got in trouble yesterday. She wanted to pick a fight with another dog. She wanted to put this little thing. Look how little she is. This little thing. This little, 5-pounder? And she's funny. I try to put a jacket on her, and she won't wear the jacket. And then I try to put this collar on her. She'll bite it off. Right? You'll bite it off because that's just how you are. Then, you don't want to sit down? I try to put a jacket because it's cold out here, right? Our version of cold. And she's like, no. Let me see what else. The design that I put on is called Gala. Hold on. I'm smart in a different way. I think I'm street smart. Street smart. I'm street smart. Hold on. I'm going to move you. I think I'm street smart. Because I've been caught on YouTube a couple of times with not spelling things right. All right. Change the bobbin. Yeah, and my son, when I was going to college, I would spend hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, not exaggerating, studying. And my son, when he went to college, I could barely handle 4 classes. He would do 6 classes. Where's the... Hold on, let me get my readers. Where are you? This? Okay, here. I think I'm also very mechanical. When I was in high school, I did diesel mechanics. And I think that's why I like equipment. And I do believe you have to be very mechanical when you're doing this kind of work. You have to be able to repair things, repair quilts. You want to do it? Let's do an interview with Roxy. Hey, Roxy. Are you a lot for your mom to handle? Is that answer yes? Yes, you are. I'm trying to shave her paws, and she's winning that battle. Her little Grinch feet. She's won that battle. She's beat me. She has tantrums when she wears a collar. And yes, you do. You wear tantrums. Oh, I want to show you something while it's long arming. I hope it's okay. Let me move you somewhere else. Can we get you down? Can we get you down? No? I need to show him something. Look how pretty she is. She's so big, right? Remember when she was a little puppy? I have videos when she was a little puppy. And she's such a big girl. She's a lot. You're a lot. You're a lot. So hold on. Let me show you some things I'm excited about. I'm going to move you back. All right, hold on. Hold on. I'll move you here so you watch the machine working. All right, now you're seeing this. We're going to roll her. Let's see if I could. All right, I'm going to roll her. And then you're going to see how I'm going to fix this bottom row. And then I'm going to show you some of the things I'm excited about, because I'm so excited about them. Okay, let's see. I'm going to roll this. You can see the hole. Okay. Okay, so that's how that looks. Looks like a mess. I'm going to turn on the iron, and I'm going to get myself my spray bottle again. Here's what it looks like. Okay, move this out of the way. So I'm going to roll. Now sometimes Minky sags real weird. Sorry, it sags really bad. I just use the clamps to straighten out that sag. I also do some other things to the back fabric to fix that. So here, this is my batting. I don't need that much, so I'm going to use these scraps here to put down here. And honestly, guys, you can use your scraps, your little tiny mini scraps. I recommend you use your little scraps. This goes here, that goes there. Okay, so now we're going to pull the clamps here, clamps here. Okay. And then what I do is I hand just pull it. I don't know if you see my hand. Sometimes just your hands do a beautiful job at. Tear that. See how bad. And I'm going to trim some of this. So I'm going to just nicely just pull it down. And I think your hand, the heat of your hand will help. Then, let me move you here. Wow, I need longer cords. And now you can see all this feathering. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get this wet. My iron is on. This kind of feathering, and this isn't that bad, and this is water. Let me show you. This has water and starch in it. And I have bottles that have just water, because sometimes I'll just do a water and no starch. Some of them have a mix of water, and some of them have a mix like 50% water, 50% starch. And then I also have one bottle that is just pure starch. And so I tend to, when I'm doing this, sometimes I'll just do water and see if it'll take up with water. And then I'll do it with starch, with like a full starch. And you want to make sure that your iron, ooh, that's hot, is hot, full of starch. And see how wet this is? And then you can literally, I have another trick that I do. It's called hover. I'm not on the quilt, but I'm hovering with starch, and it'll take up a lot of that material. Oh, let me move. Maybe I should have a camera so you can see how chaotic everything around me is. You can press. Some people are like, you press, you don't iron. Oh God, so sorry. I can't tighten it. Hold on, you are. Some people press, which is fine. But I noticed for me, what really, really works is that starch and iron. Pressing can only go so far. And if you're going to just use starch, I do recommend just pressing, because that starch is what will bring everything in. Come on. Trying to get my iron to be hot again. I have the cordless iron. I love watching. So you see this fullness kind of like right here. There's nothing, sometimes there's not even an iron can fix it, okay? So I wet it really wet. Now, if you don't like pleating, which I don't like pleating unless I have to, you could just literally pull the iron to the horizontal because it was bowing out. And I love this because when the clients get their quilts, they don't know what hell their quilt put me through sometimes. They just see a perfectly flat, beautiful quilted quilt. They see, like, even sometimes I'll pleat the quilt for them. I'll go ahead and pleat it, and they don't even know that I pleated it because I'll hand stitch that seam and that stitch disappears. And if I do a pleat, I do allow or tell my client, unsew, no, unsew. I do let my client know that I had to add a pleat, but I tend to not want to let them know that I added a pleat because if they don't see it. So here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew. And what I'm going to do, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. See, no one shares this. When I started quilting, no one shared this. I was like, what the hell's wrong with me? Did I get all these quilts like this? No one shared that the quilts were not perfect. Okay, so you see some of the pleating here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start pulling. Hi, Lorena. I'm going to start kind of like causing a tension on this end, on this side of the, this is where my machine is right here. I'm going to cause tension right there. Let me switch this camera. Okay. I'll move you here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put tension. I'm going to put tension on this side, and I'm going to be, as I'm pulling tension, it's like I'm almost becoming a feed dog. Do you see that rippling that was there? Right, you can see. So there's a lot of rippling here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finger pull that. And now you don't see it. Some of that fullness now is spread evenly throughout here. Did you just see that? Let me show you again because I had to do that in this side. Can you see that needle right? Yeah. Would it be better? I think it would be better for you to see it here on this finger. Okay. So here, what I'm doing is pulling this, and as I pull it, it pulls this away. It's almost like I'm using my hand to be a feed dog. So you saw there was a lot of fullness. There's still fullness here. I'm sure you see it. If not, I'll pull you down so you can see it. There's fullness here. So I'm going to grab it, and I'm going to use my fingers to be a feed dog. So now, if I don't know if you can see it, there's that fullness is over here, and the fullness disappeared here. And now, since I don't have fullness anymore over here, okay, there. The same thing, stop. I don't need you here. So there's fullness here, right? So I'm going to go back up. Oh, what did I just do? Hold on, sorry. All dramatic, man. I'm hitting the wrong button, so the machine's like, Same thing here. I'm going to move the machine, and you see this fullness. So I'm going to go, and I'm going to use my fingers to act like a feed dog as I pull. I'm pulling the back fabric up a little bit. Okay, hold on. I'm going to move that. And now you're going to see there is still fullness. I'm going to move it. You can see there is still, but now it's kind of spread out over here, spread out over here, spread out over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the iron again. Now that I've let it heat for a little bit longer, I'm going to pull that. Oof. Pull here. Hold on. And you can see, like, I'm going to show you this, how bad it is. But I'm going to not pleat it because it's a baby quilt. No one's going to care. It's not a showcase, show quilt. It's a baby quilt. With Minky. So I'm going to iron. Ooh, 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 she's hot. Don't burn your fingers. And if I wanted to, like, this is a problem to me, I could add more starch and it will probably take up more. But I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to just let it just live its best life. And so sometimes these, honestly, quilts like this that have these little issues do tend to be harder to quilt, and they take more time. So this should have been like a really easy peasy quilt that I could do it in less time than any other quilt. But because I'm having these little issues with it, it takes more time to just even stitching it. Stop. Why are you doing that? Let me see. So I'm going to start quilting. And I'm going to start moving this down. Move this design here. I may trim off a lot of this edge here. Let's see. I'm going to let it quilt. Why are you doing this to me? All right, let's pull. And one way of managing this is I'm going to move some of this fullness over here into this area. So see the fullness? I'm going to tug and pull. See that pleat now disappeared? And then I love, honestly, rubbing the fullness around. You could pull it into areas that are flatter and the fullness just disappears. And when this quilt is washed, this is going to completely be taken up. The batting's going to loft up real pretty. The Minky's going to take up some air. And a lot of it is just going to disappear. You can still see this here. So here, there's some fullness. I'm going to move it into this area. And now the fullness up here has gone. So all this I don't have to worry about because it's already tended to. I need to worry about this bottom end. And look, you can literally, let's see. All right, let's talk to y'all. I want to show you some things. Pleat, I mean, yeah, sometimes you don't even have to pleat. Sometimes you just don't even have to pleat. Like here, I'm going to move you here so you can see this. And it's not like you got rid of the pleat, you did decrease it. Do you see all this pleating? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just rub it side to side. I'm going to start moving any fullness this way. And no one shows this stuff anywhere. So here's some fullness. There's that. So I moved it all over. Did you see how that disappeared? And you do see how it just pleated because I wasn't on it. But it's okay. It's a little tiny baby pleat. And it's right there. But if I wouldn't have done what I would have done, you end up having, oh, sorry, big giant pleats. I let the design go over here. See right here's a complete. I'm going to straighten that. I'm sorry, the colors are different. They're different because I have two different cameras. There it is. And like on some clients' quilts, to be honest, this pleating is so bad that I have to be on top of it every single row. And that's okay. Come on. So here's the pleat. And see how I'm like traveling throughout the quilt and just putting pressure so I'm flattening up those pleats. Like here, I'm moving the fabric. So I'm moving the pleat here. I don't know if you see that. And then I'm straightening it. I'm gonna have to straighten over here. There's a pleat potential here. I'm moving the pleat around. Just move the fabric. And then everything else is kind of flat now because I already fed it within the design. There is like a little bit of fullness here, but I already kind of like moved it around. And now the fullness is stuck within this space. Now, maybe I should just lift the camera so you can see better. See, there's some fullness there. Let me see if I could. But it's in the space now, and you can see all that little pleating right here. Now, I think this would be hard if you had a manual machine, because I have the computer doing the work, the moving around. So there is a way, like, let's say you're quilting it, and then some people used to put like cans of beans, and then the cans of beans would cause weight and move the fullness to one side, and then you would put a can of beans on this side and it would move the fullness, and they would use cans to do that movement. Oh, no. Sorry, I'm sorry I lost you. Gotcha. I'm almost done, and I want to show you something in a minute. Man, that kind of sucks that happened. Let's see. Now we can't see anything. Yes, the black screen. I'm sorry. I'm trying to do this. I'm so sorry. I changed it right away. Unless that black screen was on for a while. See how, because I wasn't moving it, we have a pleat there? Like I wasn't playing with it. But these pleats, if it was a client's quilt, I would unstitch it. Because this is a quilt that I'm donating, or I'm going to give it to somebody I know, I'm not going to unstitch and repleat. I'm going to leave it alone. When the quilt is washed, it's going to disappear. All right. You belong the glory. Yep, that's the reason why I was. All right. See, there's a little pleat because I got distracted. This is better. I'm sorry, June. I'm so sorry. I'm paying attention to the quilt, not the cameras. Here, I moved you. Moved you to a better camera. That's one. All right, let's see. Right, I'm gonna get this off. I'm going to move you so you guys could see. I'm having issues with one of the cameras. Hi, how are you? I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me move this camera. But I wanted to show you something, and then I'm going to have to go. I'm going to put something away. I'm going to show you the whole... All right, let's see. Ugh. All right, let me show you the quilt. Let me get the... Yeah, it's off, right? Yeah, I already took it off. All right, let's get it off. Let me turn this off. I'm trying to get something. Sorry, guys. Okay, there you go. I wanted to unroll it for you so you can see it and all its glory. Come on. Let me move you so you can see it better. I don't know if you can see it well. It's a beautiful quilt. Look at the... Let me show you. We're going to take her off. And then you could get to see the minky too. I think the minky is... I always love the minky. Right now, it's cold here, right? Well, our version of cold, which is not cold in some areas. We're just being crybabies. We think it's cold. And I have my minky quilts. Come on. Let me see if I could get it. Yeah. Let me show you the back. And this is the scraps of minky that I've used. They're beautiful. And I want you to see how small this quilt is now. The quilt really draws in. The quilt itself shrinks a lot when you're using one minky. And then here's the corner. Let's see if you could even tell. There's your corner. And honestly, like what I'm doing right now, you know how I'm stretching it? That's what causes what you saw. But as a whole, let's see. Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, and I hate cutting minky, so we're not going to do that on a live because you're going to see me get upset because I hate cutting it. Let me show you how beautiful the quilting looks. We got that one done. And then I wanted to show you this. Give me a minute. I'm going to put some another quilt on real quick. If I finish one quilt, I right away put another quilt on the long arm. I never leave, I guess, the long arm on naked. I don't know. I think one of the reasons why is a long time ago, my daughter was, oh I wonder which side is which side. My daughter thought that these were bars for, yeah, this side. She thought they were bars for like gymnastics. And if I had a quilt on there, the dumb girl was trying to use these bars to be a gymnast. And I'm like, oh my God, you're going to kill yourself. And so I noticed that she would never be around the long arm if she saw a quilt, because my kids were not allowed to be around. Like, they knew they were my clients' quilts, so they knew not to touch. So now I have the habit, even though I don't have kids that come up here, I make sure that the long arm has some type of quilt of some kind on here. But I wanted to show you something real quick before we go. And then I make myself a table, because I went and I found, I'm going to show you only 3 quilts. I found these beautiful, I'm going to put this on the long arm, 80 by 89 by 89 quilts. Look how beautiful. $80 by $89. You're not going to believe how much I paid for it. Like, these are the quilts that I want. Hold on, I'm going to. Hold on. These are the quilts that I want to do on live stream, on the live. Look how beautiful this quilt is. I think this camera could probably showcase it better. I bought these on Etsy for, you're not going to believe it, $29 or $39, $40. I bought this quilt for $40 on Etsy. And I can't believe how well made this quilt is. I mean, it is so well made. And I can't believe the lady who sold it for that cheap. And you know how some quilts, when you buy them, like in an antique store or something, they have this really gross smell on them. These quilts do not have no smell on them. They're beautiful. And I'm going to show you 2 more. So that's one of them. Isn't that beautiful? That's one of them. Let me get you another one. And she packaged these so pretty. They were packaged so lovely. Isn't that beautiful? You can't even, yeah, $39. I bought these for $39, and I'm gonna use them for to do live streams. So that's one of them. I'm so excited. Isn't that beautiful? I ended up buying, I think, and I bought them thinking, well, let me just buy them, and if they're crap, it's okay. I didn't spend that much on them. I didn't think they would be this beautiful. And I mean, look at the perfect, like, aren't they pretty? They're made well. So I bought I don't know how many did I buy. I bought 7 of them. or 5 of them. Well, I just showed you 3. That's beautiful. So I hope, oh, let me put one more. Because I came up here so excited to show y'all. I'm like, oh my God. Stop, please, Roxy. Look at this one. Isn't that beautiful? Like, I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. So, and then I went back on there and talked to the lady and thanked her for her beautiful work. Like, by accident, I bought 2 of these. So I was thinking one of them. Let me show you one more. Maybe not. I should show you one more. Should I show you one? You want to see one more? You want to see one more? I don't know why she sold them so cheap. I really don't. I don't. But let me just say this. She had 5 of these for sale. She had 5 of them for sale. So I think the girl just makes them. Let me put you here so you can see. I think the girl just makes them. Because she literally had 5 of these. Exactly the same. For sale. For $39. I don't even think, maybe she had a quilt shop and she has a lot of the same color and decided to just piece it. But I'll show you one more and then I gotta go. Look at this one. Am I showing you the right one? Yeah. Aren't those tops beautiful? And they're 89 by 89. They're exactly, all of them are 89 by 89, give or take. They're for queen size beds. And I'm so excited. When I bought these, I was like, well, let me buy a couple of them. And if they're like really bad, it's just, lesson learned, you know what I mean? But when I got them in yesterday, I was just so excited. Hold on, let me move you here. I was so excited. I'm going to answer some more questions if you have any. And I'm going to probably be done. Let's see. I'm going to sit down. Hi. Now I'm sweaty. Let's see. Oh my God. I should have sent. Yes, I told you to send me something. Sorry. Send me something significant. I was kind of shocked that you sent me such a little quilt. But yes. So I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you for quilting with me. At least I got this one done. And now I need to put binding on her and trim her down and get her ready. I do appreciate you spending time with me. It's such a blessing. I'm going to let you go. I need to decompress a little bit. I appreciate you and I love you. And thank you for watching. Please subscribe. But yes, aren't the quilts beautiful? I was thinking that too, that maybe she needed money and that's why she sold them. But I think this is her business plan. Yeah, isn't that crazy? So I love you. I'm going to let you go. Thank you for watching. I thank you for spending time with me. Have a wonderful day, okay? Bye. And